Hi, you guys, it's Quentin here, and we're going to go over today the Golden Cross and the Death Cross, what they are and how you can use them in your trading. All right, so let's see here. I'm on TradingView right now with Bitcoin to the US dollar on a daily chart. And I'm going to go up to indicators up here, and we're going to pull up moving average indicators. All right, so I start typing in a moving average here. We're going to use moving average exponential. It's a little bit faster than the moving average simple. It works better with crypto, so I suggest just clicking on that. Click it 2 times, and now we have 2 moving averages pulled up here. All right, so let's go to the first one here and click Format. Go to Inputs, and I'm going to put in 50. So this is going to be the 50 moving day average. The style, I'm just going to choose kind of this magenta color here just so I can view it clearly on this black background. And also then I'm going to fatten up that line a little bit so we can really see that line. Click OK. Now the second moving average, I'm going to go to Format here. Click on Format, and with the input we're going to have a 200. So this is going to be a 200 moving day average. Style is going to be white so I can see it clearly, and I'm also going to fatten up the line as well. So now we have 2 moving averages pulled up. We have a 50, which is in magenta, and we have a 200 moving day average as well. All right, so this strategy is based on these 2 moving averages. All right, so let's start with a death cross here. So because it's right here in front of us. Okay, the death cross is when the 50 moving day average crosses, with the 50 moving day right here, magenta, is a faster moving average, okay? That's why it's staying closer to the price. It crosses below the 200 moving day, which is in white, which is the slower moving average. And when this happens, so this is the actual death cross right here. What does this mean when this happens? This is signaling to the trader that we are going into a downward market or a bear market for some time. That is the idea behind it. A lot of long-term traders or investors will look at this as a way to determine where are we in the market? Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? Where are we at? All right, so that is where a death cross. And as you can see, since that death cross, we've had a long run from that actual cross to, let's see here, to today, around 330 something days of a bear market. So in this instant, it has worked out really well. And it has been, when that happened, it definitely signals to you that you have to be considering that we're going to be in a bear market for some time. That is the idea behind it. Now, it doesn't always work out, and we'll talk about that in a second. So this isn't something you want to trade in complete isolation. And when you see that cross happen for a death cross, you just go into a short position and you just hope everything works out. That's not what you want to do. You want to find confluence. You want to use other indicators and strategies. So this isn't something that you just trade alone, but it definitely will help you see the trend of the coin or the asset that you're looking at. All right, so let's go into a golden cross. The golden cross is, I'm going to go into log format right here. It helps us see the whole trend of the price action over a period of time better. And if we go back here, so if we go way back here in 2015, we can see a golden cross. And the golden cross is the direct opposite of the death cross. This is when the 50 moving average, the faster moving average, crosses above the 200 day moving average. So right here we have a golden cross. All right? And that's signifying the direct opposite of the death cross. It's signifying that we are going to go into a bull run. We're going to go in an upward trend for quite some time. That's the idea behind it. And as you can see, once again, it held true to the actual cross itself. We have been in a upward trend since 2015 all the way up here to $20,000. So if you had gone long, if you had put in orders to go long here, you could have ridden that all the way up to $20,000. From back here in 2015, it was 260 something dollars. So you can see the power in it, but once again, you do not want to just solely on this. You don't want to go long, and you don't want to put in orders just based on this one strategy. You want to look at other indicators. You want to look at other strategies and find confluence in all your trades. And this is something I talk about in my other videos. So it's something that this isn't a trading strategy right now. This is just to understand what a death cross and what a golden cross are. That's it. I'm just giving you the basics on this video. All right. So you can see that right there. Not only, also notice something too. It's not just the cross itself. It's the cross. So let's look at the golden cross right here. You can see that the 50 right here. See how it's being held up above the 200 moving day average. See how this whole time from back here in 2015, it's been held up. So we have the 200 below, then we have the 50, and then for the most part, we even have the price action riding above the 50 all the way up. See how that works? And it might have dipped a couple times here, a number of times, but it's still bounced off the 200, and then it keeps riding up. So notice that too. It's not just the cross, but it's how the price is staying above. And the same with the death cross. You can see how we have the price, it goes below the 50, it pops up here, but both the 50 and the 200 push it back down. The 200 is remaining at the top here, and then we have the 50 with the price action below for the most part. Okay, so notice that, and that's something. I have another video for moving averages and how you can use them to trade, and I talk more in depth about this. I don't want to go into too much depth about this right now. I just want to give you the basic overview of a death cross and a golden cross. Now, why shouldn't you trade this all the time? Like, why not? Hey, you just showed me two examples. For example, you showed me a death cross, and look at it. It's just gone for 300 and something days. And then we had this golden cross here. If I had gone long, I could have ridden that to 20,000. So this is a good example of where it worked out, but there's times when it doesn't work out. So that's why you have to find confluence. You have to make sure of look at other indicators and other strategies, and to see where we're at in the overall market to make sure it's a good trade. So let's go back here, for example, and I'll show you an example when it didn't work out. So we did have a golden cross back here at some time. It's not showing here because there's not enough data for Bitfinex, but we did have a golden cross. We had a bull run up here. We had after our bull run, we had a death cross right here. Okay, so that's good. Look at the death cross happened, and we had a bear run from the death cross to the actual golden cross for 560 something days. So it obviously it's showing the trend, to the overall market. But look what happened. We had the death cross, and it went down, and then we had a golden cross right here, and then we had another death cross. So as you can see, when the price is kind of going sideways here, we can have the cross of the 50 go back and forth. It might happen a couple times. It might not happen at all, like here when we had our golden cross. So it's a possibility that can happen. And that's why you can't just trade this alone. But if you step back and you pull back to a daily and you really look at everything and how, just as stand back on a macro level and look at everything, it really does show you the overall trend of a market. If I pulled up any asset, say I'd never looked at Bitcoin before, and I was curious to see what's going on with Bitcoin and where are we in the actual, overall, where are we with this coin? Are we in a bear market, a bull market? Where are we? I would pull up the 50 and the 200 on the daily, and I would do this exact thing. And I would look no matter what asset, and I'd pull it up, and you can see right now, I'd say, wow, look at this. We've been in this bear market now considerable amount of time, and look at how far the 50 up here and the 200, there's more space up here. See how that's opened up since the day it actually crossed? So right now, I wouldn't be thinking based on this strat, just based on this. Now, there's other things that we look at when this is just one strategy, but based on just this one strategy, I say, wow, we're nowhere near a bull market right now. We're still definitely in a bear market. There's no indications right now that we're having any type of bull market. Now, a way that like longer term investors and long-term traders would look at this is they're not going to probably try to catch a lot of these type of investors, especially. They're not going to try to catch the bottom. They're not going to try to say, oh, I think we're going to have one more drop down here. I'm going to, and maybe some will. I'm just telling you this is a strategy that a lot of people will use. Like, for example, they will not go into this asset until we have that golden cross. So they'll wait for this to happen where this 200 comes down and we finally have that 50 go above. Once that happens, that will be an indication to them, okay, now it's time to look at this as an actual long-term investment or a long-term trade. And once again, they may use, or I suggest you always using, and you should always find confluence in all your trades. But until that happens, we are still in a bear market as of now. So you can see how that works. It's a very, very simple strategy, very straightforward, but it really is powerful. What I'd suggest that you do is to pull up different coins, pull up different assets. You can pull up some stocks, some traditional stocks or indexes like the S&P 500 and go through it. I'm going to keep this video short. I'm not going to do too much of that. But anyways, I hope you liked this video. I hope it was straightforward. I hope it's clear to you now what a death cross and a golden cross are. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up as well as subscribe to my channel. I have a lot more videos coming out here, and especially with the actual how to utilize all these different strategies and indicators and things of that sort that I'm putting in shorter videos. I'm going to show you actually how to trade and actually how to make money, because at the end of the day, that's what we're here for. We're not here just to learn this so we can, tell people that you know what a death cross is. You want to make money. That's why you're here. That's why I'm here. I trade to make money. So you know what? Hopefully you like this video, and look out for my other videos, and see you guys around soon.